and I think I can activate it from right here.
Cool.
And this will likely be in a separate video, so.
I like the technicality of it behind the scenes. That'll fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's where my mind goes. Like I've never wanted to be that person that's like trying to like butter the system and like, look how good it does at this thing. I'm over here like, all right, I'm gonna torch you today.
Yeah.
Hang in there, buddy. I think there's a lot more value in that. And you can see like these aren't crazy big roundabouts, but they do get pretty congested.
A lot of curbs you can hit.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing I was thinking about. And a lot of random pedestrian crossing points.
Yes.
I've had some where people were coming out behind a car and the system stops, lets them by, and I'm just like, damn.
Have you ever had a situation where you thought it was going to hit a pedestrian?
Never a pedestrian. Nope. And that's kind of crazy to say. Yeah, even from the beginning. In fact, on version 10 and before, it was a lot more uncomfortable for me because it would just brake to make sure it didn't hit that person. And I'm thrown into my seatbelt like, holy shit. Now it's much, as you've seen, it's more gradual with its braking and such.
That's something to take in, isn't it? You know,
Yep.
like when we start to think about this whole RoboTaxi thing, when we start to think about like accidents per mile and disengagements, it's like, all right, well, as far as human interaction, you've never had an issue.
I haven't.
So
I also acknowledge that as some that are watching probably like, I have, and that's fair. People
that's
have
fair,
had
yeah,
their own experiences.
absolutely.
And I've also said before too, and this is true to this day, that I've never had the system go the wrong way down a one-way road. It's never made that mistake either, and I see humans do that all the time. And are you familiar at all with, you know, when you're going from the airport to the 5 and that little like tunnel wraparound, that one way that gets you up to the 5? It's kind of a specific spot. Yeah, it's just where the road kind of comes around Pacific Highway and then gets onto the 5 going up. Okay, that was a good correction.
It's like around Rosecrans area.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's sort of. Well, maybe not.
Well,
it's hard to put. But
because I just think airport, and then if I go north towards the 5, I think Nimitz Boulevard. I think like those areas. But if you're gonna go towards like Grapevine, like you're talking about like.
Well, from the airport down Harbor Drive, going into Little Italy, and then to the 5 north.
I think that's Grapevine. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a van coming down the wrong way, where everybody was going up, blind corner. I had to dodge them. And I just had that realization that day, and I was like, yeah, self-driving's never done that. I've never had that issue on FSD, where it's just blatantly going the wrong way down a one-way road. And now it's waiting for this car to figure out what they're doing.
It's being patient.
Yep. It's showing it the wrong. It was funny, it showed it the other way on the screen.
I wish it could talk.
I do too.
What's this idiot doing? I wish it had like, you know, the Grok unhinged mode.
Me too.
Yeah,
I would love that. Yeah. I've wanted vulgar Grok as my Muse brain.
Oh, dude,
that would be just the best.
Muse would be dope. I want to take it on all the trips.
So this is also what I like when I'm doing this test is how it navigates, because like we need to yield to them. Like this is proper. He actually doesn't need to let us go, but that's fine. He did, and the car took its chance, which is awesome. It shot the gap, it took its moment. The navigation's doing something really freaking weird right now. We got a new black line here I've never seen before. Like, I guess the path we've been on. Did I break the waypoints?
I don't know.
Okay, now it's showing the proper path.
You broke something.
We broke something, man. All right, let's. This is part of the chaos. Okay, now we're just kind of shooting straight down. So I also like doing this too, like on the fly. Just change it, figure it out.
And that's a lot better than it used to be, right? With
the way they've done these waypoints now, with how I can just move this stuff around, and I know that until I hit done, the route's unchanged.
Yeah.
So it'll continue along. That way I can delete what I need to at the right time versus confusing it. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to trip the system up. It's handling all this really well, and I don't really think there's any of these waypoints that'll mess it up. But you know, credit where it's due. Traditionally, this has been pretty solid. I've never really had a Loyola scramble where it's like shot its pants or didn't do it properly.
On all the versions?
Yeah, pretty much on every version. There were some that were a little bit too fast or maybe confused another driver, but it never ended in a situation where I had to take over because of some unsafe scenario.
Seems as though it understands these roundabouts better than humans, though.
Yeah.
Like, just right there, you had that issue.
Like, that guy should have proceeded through.
I had no idea what he was doing, yeah.
And, I mean, and I learned this from some of my international viewers that told me that, like, with roundabouts, you just yield to the person to your left.
That's it.
And you just continue. It's simple. I watch... Ooh. You feel that? Little overcorrect?
Yeah.
But it got it, and then it's trying to, because we're here.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's dope.
It's pulling over now.
It's pulling over to a parking zone. That is pretty impressive. We're kind of lingering in the bus lane. Oh, we came out of it now. Now I think we're fully out of it. Yeah, and then is it... I think I've got me confused. Oh, because I hit the waypoint to go to the next one. Now we're done, and it should. But
it's so assertive.
Awesome. It is. Now that is something that some people are a little bothered by sometimes, but I have come to like it.
From another driver, right? And then you're looking at someone that's not assertive. I can't understand their intention. I don't know what they're about to do.
Big point right there. Yep.
When someone's assertive, at least I know what I'm getting myself into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved. That was really great. Yeah. It was AI driver that I first saw his videos when he was talking about the system shooting the gap and taking its chance where it could, like through parking lots and such. And I was like, that has been a missing component.
Right.
To be able to assert its chance and take it and commit, and that's still a problem on the highway. There are so many times where it needs to get out of the passing lane, get onto an exit, and it's taking too long. And it's like you need to execute.
This is excellent.
Yeah, this is great. Once we have this end-to-end net on the highway, I think that's essentially game over. That's where I was trying to explain when Yoke had put out that post that they have figured out FSD, and people were like, yeah, but we're still messing up. And I was like, you're not hearing him correctly. Saying they figured out the problem doesn't mean the current build is solved. It means that they know they've got it. They've figured it out. And a future build will have that correction.
Right. The foundation has been laid.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the big missing point that a lot of people weren't getting. Or that we're jumping in, and assuming, you're lying because it's not working. Be like, you're not, again, seeing the forest for the trees here.
Exactly.
And
the way I always looked at FSD is like, they build the foundation, they stack up the code, they can stack up the code until the foundation cracks, then they got to restart all over again, right?
Which is essentially what happened with version 12 when he threw out the code for a full video train end-to-end neural net, which has been the sort of quantum leap that we needed. That was good. He saw that he was coming, paused for a second, and then just said, all right, let's go.
I'm super happy about
not a single curb touch.
Yeah.
That even the tires sort of getting into the nook of the curb that I'm usually feeling for. That was great. Oh man, I hope this has been as fun for you.
No, appreciate it, man. Thank you. No, this is awesome.
Oh, this is a blast. You're a dope person.
Thanks, man.
Just the start of our conversation, I was like, I can vibe with this guy. Yeah, we're on the same page.
It's like you said, like-minded, right?
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing too, viewers don't know this, right? We haven't talked about it. We're both gearheads from a mechanic background too.
Yep.
Military, border patrol. To me, that we're cousins there.
Yep.
It's similar-minded people that appreciate good technology.
Yep.
You can like your fast-ass V8 rumbling and stinking up everything. I love the smell of gas. I do.
I've always liked it too.
Sports car, the smell of a carburetor. Boats are a big one. Yep.
Then again, did you have any hesitation in your Camaro as far as, if the carburetor wasn't running right? Like you're trying to get onto the freeway or something, you step on it, and all of a sudden it just floods out, bogs.
Yep.
Now that's a problem, right? Give Chuck Cook, a carbureted like Camaro, and see how he likes his left turn.
Yeah.
He's not going to be perfect every time. I'm telling you that he's going to have hesitation,
Yeah, I mean, and that just comes from the lag time of the power delivery to your actual wheels.
Yeah. Or it just burps, and then the next thing you know, you're stalled out in the middle. Yeah, so we've come a long way with our tech.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you can... This is a case where I do think it applies to say that you can have your cake and eat it, too, in the sense that we can enjoy this awesome technology in these EVs, the good ones, and Tesla definitely has the best EV tech. I mean, that's just an objective fact at this point.
Oh, yeah.
But you can still enjoy your other cars.
Yep.
I liked using the Mach-E for the 3 months I had it. And it was so funny watching some of the viewers go, you sold out to Ford and you got rid of your Teslas. I'm like, how did you get there from the, what? But
no, we're all
I think we just lost that camera. Is it, there we go. It just randomly turned off. No heat warning or anything. That was weird. But I didn't lose this one. Did I? Nope, it's still blinking. We're good. Cool.
Okay, cool.
That's what's funny is like with some more editing magic, just overlaying different audios to fill in the gap, which is cool. Well, I mean, it's still one of my dreams to get my hands on a 67 four-door Impala and restore it. And,
okay.
Just one of those, because my wife and I are huge fans of Supernatural.
What's that?
It's a really great kind of cult classic with these guys are like paranormal hunters, but like legitimate, like Sam and Dean Winchester, that they were raised to hunt monsters, ghosts, spirits, vampires, werewolves, all of it, and they go everywhere in a beautiful 1967 Impala.
That's dope.
And it's called Baby in the show. I actually had a model of it in my Archimoto van that I drove around when I was servicing vehicles.